Hello and welcome back to Josh Oddie YouTube. Today we're going to be doing 3 holes, really in depth, talk through a bit about my routine, and was thinking about making this one episode 3 of Road to the Open, just talking about more of a competition mode, how to go through the routine, kind of my shot selection, and really go into depth of how I think when I'm out there. So hopefully that can give you a little bit of an insight to how I go about my business when I'm out there in competition mode. Really breaking down every shot and making sure we make the right decision. But of course, let's get a warm-up going. Swings felt kind of weird past couple days. I feel like I've been getting too neutral almost. I was saying to my coach the other day, I just really feel like me getting more depth and playing for a draw is probably a really good feel for me, because I tend to be someone that comes over the top. So when I'm too neutral, that's definitely, you know, the bad habit that creeps in a lot easier. And I've actually tweaked the 2-iron as well, down to around about 15.5 degrees. Freewood's playing at about 14, but just a completely different flight. Freewood's a lot higher, a lot softer. 2-iron's just chasing out there. And my 4-iron's at 19 degrees in the newer Voda set, so I needed that 2-iron to just be pushed a touch further, as that 4-iron was just creeping up a little bit too close. Let's get out there for a nice few holes and really talk in depth about this routine, and hopefully this helps you guys at home. What an evening we have tonight. So hole 1, 427 yard par 4, a really strong one to start actually, but if we can get the driver in play, it's not too bad at all. So for me, I've always been big into a little bit of a pre-shot routine before I hit the ball, and making sure I keep it the same every time. Pretty much over most shots I'll do my pre-shot routine, and I just like to get the club going from hip height to hip height and just visualize the face where I want it, and just try and feel that a couple of times, and then I'll stand behind the ball and visualize the shot for a couple of seconds. Okay, let's just try and aim this one at that end bunker, and if it's going to fall, it's going to fall to the right anyway. Okay, first off, Bushnell the flagstick, we've got 137, playing 134. Pin is middle of the green, so absolutely no dramas there. We can go hunting. Just take this flagstick out. So a fairly decent shot in there to probably around about 15-16 feet. Go to my halfway mark, feel that aim point, not much at all. These greens are actually getting quite grainy as well. You can almost see where the grass is growing on them. So it's all kind of in a straight line here. Might go a touch right to left then. I'm just going to hit this one fairly straight. It looks so straight, it's unbelievable.
When looking at you, open up my eyes, and I'll stay with you forever all the time. And I'm stepping out to leave it all behind.
Oh my god. What a way to start. Birdie at 1. Let's go, baby. There's something about like being on the golf course after 7 o'clock. It just feels so good. Could not think of anywhere else I'd rather be right now than on a golf course. So hole 2, 146, playing up 6 yards, 152. I've got 9. Now, I'm gonna have to hit this good, but reason why I've gone down a club, pin's actually on the right hand side of the green. So if I hit this one hard, normally when you hit a shot hard, it will go left, tends to anyway. So if I hit a hard 9-iron, I know that it's gonna go left of the flag anyway. Kind of my shot that I'm visualizing seeing here is actually starting at the flag and moving 5 yards off of it. So 15 foot left of it is my kind of middle of the green target. I think a lot of people just assume that pros just go straight at the flag stick. We don't. And if this one finishes on the flag stick and goes next to it, I've just hit a slight push, but it happens, you know. So you're giving yourself leeway to miss it right and left. And if I go at the flag with a slight draw, it should be middle of the green. If it doesn't draw, it's on the flag. If it overdraws, we're on the left edge of the green. So should be somewhere on the green. Okay, I've literally just flagged it. It's just stayed dead straight. And that was literally down the flag stick. Now, was that a bad shot? Not really. It just didn't draw. I didn't intentionally try and hit that dead straight at the flag. It just went there. And I think that's where there's that misconfusion of like these tour pros hitting unbelievable shots. Sometimes they're actually not, you know, where they're trying to hit it. I haven't tried to hit that next to the flag, but that one should be pretty close. So let's go and have a look. There is just something about it. Being out here late night is just unbelievable feels. I haven't really come out for a late night session. Pause. That sounded horrendous. Haven't been out for a late night course session for a while. And yeah, it's just so good. So just a hair short, right down the flag stick, and a really good chance from around about 10 feet. Go to that kind of halfway mark again. Got a nice old hole in the way, which is fantastic, but feels pretty flat again. I always like to back it up with my eyes and almost just reassure that my feet are feeling the right thing. This one definitely is. It just wanting to go left to right 100%. And same again, you can see the grain is kind of straight into us here, so grain's not really doing much. So we're just going to bang this one at left lip, and hopefully it gets to the hole. Oh, I just went dead straight. Maybe a slight pull. Big stick is out. We've actually cut across onto hole 14, just because it's such a pleasant evening. I thought, why not play a few more holes? We're going to do 1, 2, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So we've got a nice little loop, a few extra holes in there. Can talk a little bit more waffle as well. So hole 14 here is a nice little dog leg left to right par 4, measuring at about 330 yards. Now, last time I played this, I carved one into the crap on the right and lost my ball. But forget about that, move on. That is the bad shot, the high right one, hate it. And as I say, I was getting a little bit more into that path, trying something out with driver where I'm aiming left, but the more I aim left, the more I feel like I have to cut across it, if that makes sense. So for me, we was talking with my coach, and we're just going to try and aim straight. You know, if I aim straight and then make a neutral golf swing, it's probably going to peel left to right anyway. So that's a lot of a better feel for me, is just actually aiming straight. and just actually committing to targets as well. That's the problem with drivers. I tense up and I don't really fully commit to it. If I just put a good swing on driver, it's probably going straight. So we're just going to aim at that white, green and white bush that you guys can see. Get my lines nice and straight and put a good swing on it. Come on, baby. Right, that's got super lucky. Stayed too straight, that one. Just gonna hit another one, and it's a risky shot, but you know, it's definitely in there. If you move driver 10 yards left to right, it's perfect. But if you move it 30 left to right, you're in the bundai. That's just way too straight. It's just beautiful. Just staying dead straight though. This is what it's about. Just coming out here and building that trust between you and the club. And see if we can match it up here. Come on. There it is. Absolutely perfect. Spot on. Just started having a bloody practice session mid-round, didn't we? Nice to just hit a few drivers though. Get swinging. This is where the first one ended up, so we're going to play ball one. And 72 yards remaining. Pin is all the way at the back, so I would say 60 is probably my desired club to hit from 70 yards, but this is not a normal shot. We're out the rough. Ball's going to be chasing a bit more anyway, so I'm going to go sand wedge and just try and chuck this in a little bit lower, landing it at about 60 yards, 10 paces short, releasing up. Playitbetter.com. Get up there. Just took a soft bounce, but still a really good shot. So this is where we coulda, woulda, shoulda been. Perfectly in the fairway. Got about 25 yards, 30 yards here. This one landing at my ball. And even when like there's nothing on the green, I'm constantly trying to pick a spot to land it on. I can see just like areas on the green that are just slightly darker than others. You can see where the sun's starting to kind of peer in there where the shadow is. So, you know, as a good visual, I could go, right, I want to land it 5 foot short of that shadow, you know. So I'm constantly trying to pick out targets and landing spots to make it easier for me to visualize this shot. Just as the sun goes in, but I landed that pretty good. You know, a much easier shot than what we had with the other drive, but found all four of them, and they were in play. It definitely is probably not a driver in tournament. I think just if you get tied up behind a tree there, you know, that is just game over on the right. So looking back at this tee shot, it's really not a driver. But especially in practice, I just like to test myself, push myself a little bit more than what I normally would in a tournament. Just if you have to turn that next switch on and, you know, make a birdie, force a birdie. But, you know, if you just stick to your process and stick to your game plan, it doesn't really matter what anyone else is doing. You're on a battle against yourself out there. So, you know, driver here is probably just a no-go, but as I say, in practice, I'll just try and push myself a little bit further, hit them shots I'm not comfortable with, so that when we get to a tournament, we are comfortable. Wow, that's slow. That was slow, dude. Whew. Saves the two putt. Woulda, shoulda, coulda, birdied it. So hole 15, we're going to do an experiment here. We're going to go 2-iron versus the driver. Now, 2-iron doesn't really get to them trees that you can see in the distance there. Kind of just a perfect club, really. It just makes sense to hit 2-iron. And driver, we can kind of sneak around the corner. So obviously 2-iron, we're going to have a longer approach, but let's see who gets the dub. 2-iron up first. That is just A1. I literally could not have placed that ball any better. Okay, dun dun dun. The big stick. Here we go. Come on, driver. Show me the magic, man. Let's go at that tree that you can see in the corner. If it peels, should be absolutely money. Come on, baby. Just drifted hair. Just a hair. Okay, left rough, a lot shorter in, but 2-iron is in the fairway, driver is in the rough. Let's see who gets the dub. So as I say, I could not have placed that 2-iron any better down here. 125 left in and pins all the way at the back. I've actually got pitching wedge, which is a little bit risky, but just going to try and bring the flight down. My number is about a 120 shot. If it gets back there, I've hit it slightly long, but we might have a chance at birdie. So let's put some pressure on that driver. Joshua Oddie. Might just be the worst shot tonight. Long of the green, long left, just dead. Worst golf shot tonight. Okay, 77 yards left. Driver certainly knows what he has to do to get the job done here. I love this kind of practice, just keeping it fun, competitive against yourself, and definitely finding some data out, you know. Is it worth taking the risk sometimes, really trying to put yourself in a good position to make birdies, or hitting the shot further back? You know, you leave yourself a harder shot in, make a silly mistake like that. Are we going to make a silly mistake from 77 yards? Let's find out. It's in there tight. Right, now if I get this up and down, whoever you are, you got to subscribe, because this is just impossible. This is do or die. Come on. Nice high flopper. Oh my God. Oh! I've almost dunked it. It's pitched right here. Almost a dunk ski. Okay, this would be the most outrageous up and down of my life. Come on. Roll this one in. Oh my God. From no man's land. Well, it was a miraculous par save by the 2-iron. Can the driver match? Match? What am I on about? I'm getting tired. Can the driver take the W for birdie? Oh, don't leave it. Oh my God. Wow. Well, that's a half. Okay, hole number 16. Nice par 5, this one. Let's give this driver an absolute tonk. Come on, baby. Yes. Just turn. Turn through it, man. Give it a rip. Okay, we got 205 yards. Front flag I got 5-iron. I'm just going to try and go past this one, just as pins on the front, so for obvious reasons, get past that flag stick, get on the green. Oh, fade for me, fade for me. Might just be in that left trap. What a time to just get in here and splash one out. This is kind of like a, I would say it's a good leave, but you know, if I'm like 3-4 yards short, I've got the most basic chip shot in the world. But I don't mind bunkers. It's just quite nice to splash it out. You can get a little bit more elevation, a bit more spin if it's short-sided, but let's see what we can do here. So I'm gonna get nice and low, hands low, club face wide open, and just splash her out. Oh, just not taking enough sand. Not a lot of sand in there, almost a bit too aggressive with it. Let's go again, attempt number 2, splashing it out. See if we can get this one a little bit more shallow. I think that one's just a bit too steep, a bit too much on top of the ball. Let's try and shallow it out. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Left it short, that one. Somewhere in between the two would have been fantastic. Okay, 220. Just gonna fizz a little 5-iron in there. Thank you all very much for watching that nice little late night practice session. Really enjoyed that. As I say, I haven't been out here in the evenings for a while, and it's just so nice to come down. It's just so peaceful down here. Like I say, just wouldn't want to be anywhere else but on the golf course at this time. So if you guys did enjoy that, you learned anything, you want to see anything new, please drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you want to see next. Love to everyone supporting the channel. I can't thank you all enough, and we'll see you all for the next one.